So I just thought for a minute I'd talk about the new Chaos Space Marine Codex. I think that if you haven't got your hands on it, it is on Scribd, not to promote illegal downloading, but you should download it. So anyway, the new Chaos Space Marine Codex is pretty freaking baller. My favorite thing about it is the customization of the troops. I know a lot of people out there are like, it's all about the new units and but I say it's about the troops for the Chaos Space Marines themselves. Because base, 13 points. 13 point power armor, bolter equipped individuals. 13. Pretty crazy. I'm used to my Space Marines who are 16, and I thought that they were cheaply priced at 15. And then you got the Grey Hunters who are also 15. Well, now they're 13. However, they did lose the close combat weapon. But for 2 extra points a model, they can get it back. Now, do you see what they did there? That means that they're the same price as before. Or they can be cheaper. Or they can actually be more expensive with Veterans of the Long War, which is just Hatred Space Marines. Which I like. I like that that's there. I'm probably not going to use it that much. But the fact it's there makes me very happy. I like the extreme customization in the basic troop options. My favorite codex ever is the original Imperial Guard Codex. Because of the doctrines. The doctrines you could take were crazy awesome. You could make every single Imperial Guard army ever completely different. Completely different. For so many options. Nowadays you don't get so many. Even with the current Guard Codex, with the veterans you can somewhat doctrines, but it's not the same. But with the Chaos Space Marines you can really get some flavor in there. You can have Chaos Space Marines with the extra close combat weapons, so they have 3 attacks on the charge. You can have Space Marines that they don't have that for super cheap. You can have Space Marines that hate other Space Marines. You can, do all that jazz. It's fun. I like it. I'm glad it's there. As far as other cool things, the Chaos Lord, 65 points. What a steal. What a steal. 65 points. That is crazy to me. Chaos Sorcerer, 60 points. Granted, he's got 1 less wound. I also like the customization with the Sorcerer. You can change his mastery level for a hefty fee, but it's there. And I like mastery level 2 personally because you're better than most that are out there or on par, and you're not paying the points for level 3. Anyway, so then what else? All the new Demon Engine stuff has the Demon special rule, which means they have a 5-up invulnerable. Fuck yeah! Not only that, but most of them have it will not die. So your Forge Fiends are going to go out there and they're going to do the whole. They have a special rule where they can re-roll, I think it's to hits and to wounds or something like that. They're more powerful in their shooting. However, there's a chance that they're going to take a hull point damage. However, with it will not die, there's a chance they're going to regain that hull point. So F yeah, I'm doing it. Anyway, no Butcher Cannon. That was rumored. However, what we did get was the Hades Autocannon, which is a watered-down Butcher Cannon. It's like somebody poured a strong glass of Butcher Cannon and gave it to the GW guys, and they're just like, that's a little too strong, so then they watered it down. And now I've got the Hades Autocannon, which is a Strength 8, AP 4, Heavy 4, which, not as wonderful as the Butcher Cannon, but still cool. What I like most about the Hades Autocannon is that the Hades Autocannon is a rarity. It's still there, but I was expecting it to be spammed. Like, I was going to be like, the new Hades Predator, and like, Obliterators with the Hades Autocannon, and, the Hellbrute with the Hades Autocannon. It wasn't. I only saw it on the Forge Fiend and the Helldrake. Now, I could be completely wrong. It could be, maybe Obliterators can't take it. I haven't super, I haven't memorized the entire codex yet, but I understand the gist of it. Some of the heroes got some cool stuff. Karn the Betrayer still hits everything on a 2-up, and even buddies on a 1. I like that Gorechild is always killing something, unlike a lot of weapons out there that are pretty lazy. They go out there and they're like, I don't feel like doing something. Gorechild is just like, if I'm not killing something, please throw me into a pit of lava. It probably wouldn't even affect me, but just do it. Biggest complaint with the whole Codex, no demon weapon. Now, before you go saying, oh, but can't have demon weapons. No. There's no generic demon weapon. And I understand why. Because demon weapons should be rare. However, if you want a demon weapon, you have to get there's drawbacks, and I like that there's drawbacks, but it's going to take some getting used to. For example, if you want the most reliable of all of them is the murder sword. First of all, the name murder sword. I like the word murder. I think it's a fun word to say, and it's strangely fun to say considering what it represents. But the murder sword, the best you got, G-dubs. It's the best you got, G-dubs. Now what does the murder sword do? The murder sword is a power sword for 35 points. Power sword. It's not a demon weapon. It does not do the extra d6. It's a power sword. Oh, if you're in base contact with one model that you declared at the beginning of the game, then you're strength 6, AP 1. Oh, and you do inflict instant death for what that's worth. So what you've done with the murder sword is you've completely nullified one enemy HQ. One. To me, for 35 points, take a fucking sorcerer with a force sword. Being honest. That hurts that the murder sword exists. So anyway, so next, the Black Mace. The Black Mace is cool. It's a demon weapon, so it does do the whole, super crazy amount of attacks, which I like. It's AP4, just like a mace. Biggest drawback. But it inflicts instant death, I think it is, and then it does like a little radius. Anything within 3 inches has to take a that's what it is. They take a toughness test, and if they fail that toughness test, then they have instant death. And then if everyone within 3 inches of the initial model that you hit, they have to also take a toughness test or suffer a wound. That one does not cause instant death, though. But it's got flesh bane, so it wounds in a 2-up. So you swing this thing, and you're going to get d6 attacks extra. So for you're probably going to get around 7, and 7 attacks or so, and then you're going to go ahead and hit on whatever it is you hit on, and you're going to wound on a 2-up, and then you're going to go ahead and inflict instant death for all the toughness tests, and then you're going to do like crazy amounts of bonus damage. It's cool. I dig it. It's also 35 points, I think, which is worth taking. I take 1. I don't. It's the only demon weapon I take right now. Next up, the Axe of Blind Fury. I'm a huge Khorne fan. I'm a huge Axe fan, and a huge thing that like hurts me and helps me fan. So I naturally love the Axe of Blind Fury. Granted, it doesn't fit my Iron Warriors, but it does. I would take it if I had a World Eater's army, and I've always kind of wanted a World Eater's army. Anyway, so the Axe of Blind Fury, what it does is it decreases your weapon skill and ballistic skill by 1. I think it should get rid of your ballistic skill, but whatever. So it decreases your weapon skill and ballistic skill by 1. So your lords that are going to take it are probably going to be weapon skill 5. It's kind of hard pill to swallow, not being weapon skill 6, but you're still hitting most things on 3-up, so whatever. But it increases your strength by +2 and is AP 2. So, and it's also a demon weapon, so you get the crazy amount of attacks. So slap this guy on a juggernaut. Yeah. There's more need to be said. So anyway, next up we've got the brand of Scalathrax, which I do and don't like that it exists. What I like about it is it's a flamer on an HQ model. It's a flamer, like a little flamethrower. What I don't like about it is that it's a flamer on an HQ model, like a little flamethrower. I'm not gonna make a Chaos Lord and then just slap a flamer on him just so you can have the brand of Scalathrax. What it does do is, I believe it's an AP3 flamer. I think it's still only strength 4 though. It's probably not as expensive. I didn't really look at the price. I'm not really interested in it, but I think it's cool. Then there's the Scrolls of Magnus, which I think can generate like a power from like every single psychic discipline, which is cool. I mean, if you're rocking like some Ahriman backup guy. You know, you've got like Ahriman, so you can get the 1,000 Suns, and then you've got like the backup guy, so he can be like, hey, how's it going? You know, if you do that, then that's cool. I would definitely take the Scrolls of Magnus for him. It's very thematic. I like that that's there. And then there was also the, I want to say there was another one. I don't remember. But anyway, so then we've also got, so demon weapons there's no generic demon weapon, we said, but there are, you know, some cool ones. There's some pretty thematic ones. As far as the Warpsmith goes, a lot of people are crazy for the Warpsmith. Personally, I'm offended by the Warpsmith, and the big reason is because I play Iron Warriors, and guess what? Before, like, I'm not familiar, I'm not sure if this guy's replaced him or not. The Warsmith, W-A-R Smith, no P. That was the Iron Warriors' big thing, and then now it's the Warpsmith, and he does pretty much the same thing a Warsmith was detailed to do. I didn't see the word Warsmith at all in the new Codex. Not once did I see the word Warsmith. So I don't know if we exist anymore. So I'm offended. But he does cool things. He's basically an anti-tech marine in every way. Tech marine's like, I bolster defense in my deployment zone. He's like, I destroy defense in my enemy's deployment zone. And then, you know, he's got that. And then he also have the Dark Apostle, which is the anti-chaplain, who's suspiciously more like a chaplain than a chaplain. But I like the Warpsmith. I think he does a good thing. I don't think he's that devastating to vehicles. His machine curse. Am I the only one that doesn't think that that's that devastating? Because it has a chance to have a chance to remove a hull point. Am I the only one that doesn't think that that's that good? Because it's not. Statistical chances of that doing anything? Not good. Cool thing about the Warpsmith, he's got a lot of attacks with his mecha tendrils. He comes with a Force Axe base, which I thought was unique. Usually it's all like, he's got a power weapon, or he's got a power sword, or he's got a power ball. I've never seen a model that comes with a power axe base, which I love axes, like I said earlier. I'm an axe man. So I think that it's cool to have a model that has that. However, at the same time, I don't understand really why he has that, but, you know, whatever, go for it. He's 110 points, so he's literally almost double the other ones that are out there for base. He does come with 2 of armor, for what that's worth. 2 wounds, though. 2 wounds, 2 up armor. A lot of attacks, but they're slow. They're initiative 1. And he can decrease the enemy's cover save. A lot of people are like, he's going to be the one that we're going to see the most. I disagree. I think that we're still going to see, you know, people who like named characters are going to take some of the powerful named characters, and people who don't like named characters are going to just slap down a lord or a sorcerer. That's that. I think we're going to see a lot of the Warpsmith in the beginning. Maybe not a lot. I think we're going to see maybe 30% of people run Warpsmiths. I mean, they're going to be there. But I don't think they're going to make a big difference at all. Yeah. So anyway, the Helldrake. Let's talk about that for a minute. The Helldrake is awesome. We knew that the dragon, what it was rumored to be called, we knew that the dragon was going to be awesome at killing flyers, but we didn't know it was going to be this good. It can vector strike at strength 7. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Because it's a flyer that can vector strike. I mean, that to me is awesome. You can take this cool thing called the Bale Flamer. It's AP3 flame template. So that's always cool to have an AP flea flamer. AP flea. An AP3 flamer. It's always good to have those. You know, and it's always horrible to fight. But anyway, it also has the Hades autocannon. So it's really a toss-up. Do you want to have a lot of strength 8 shots, or do you want to have an AP3 flamer? But I'd rather have the AP flea. I did it again. I don't know what about that phrase. It's so hard to say. Like, there was an Apocalypse match where it was an orbital bombardment, but I kept pronouncing orbitable. So it was like the orbitable bombardment. Anyway, an AP3 flamer It's not something I'm used to saying, okay? Jeez. Anyway, an AP3 Flamer, I think, is cooler than the Hades autocannon, just for the effect of like a dragon coming over and breathing fire on my enemy's army. I like that idea and that effect. So to me, that's cooler. So I'd take that. Even though I love the Hades autocannon, eh. The Hellbrute, super cool. No longer just being crazy. No longer is that a bad thing. It's a pretty awesome thing, actually. Because it basically, every time you take a hull point, you roll on a chart, and good things happen, no matter what you roll. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Doesn't have the demon rule, and it doesn't have it will not die. Sad face. I wish it did have it will not die. It would be, hands down, the best walker in the game, I think, if it had it will not die. I think it can go toe-to-toe with the Soul Grinder, if it had it will not die, and preferably demon, but it's fine that it doesn't have demon. Anyway, it can take a Power Fist, 2 Power Fists, 2 Thunder Hammers, 1 Thunder Hammer, or 2 Scourges, or 1 Scourge. And the Scourge is cool, it's a mace. When it hits your enemy, you roll a D3, and it reduces their weapon skill by that to a minimum of 1. So you can quite easily get weapon skill 1 Space Marines to fight, and it doubles your strength in his AP2, I think, or something like that. It's pretty awesome, it's pretty kick-ass. Personally, I prefer the Thunder Hammer. Like I said, I play Iron Warriors. I look at Iron Warriors. That was random. Anyway, so I like my Thunder Hammer because I like the idea of a dreadnought with a Thunder Hammer. And just go. I like that. To me, it's more Iron Warriorsy, and it's concussive, which you can weapon skill 1 is great, but they can still hit you. Initiative 1. So anyway, what else? Ectoplasm Cannon. This is badass. It's a Strength 8 Plasma Cannon. Still gets hot. It's Strength 8 Plasma Cannon. It's pretty great. I hired a Space Marine Captain. Dead. What else? The only thing I've seen that can take that is the Forge Fiend, which I think is cool. It can take 2 Hades autocannons. I'm probably going to get 1. At the very least, I'm going to model something like it. More firepower, more better. The Cultists. Cultists were... Here was my prediction, was that the Cultists, if they were 4 points, would be good. If they were 5 points, they'd be mediocre. And I would probably be one of the very few people to take them. GW listened, but boy did they underhand it. They're 4 points base. Oh, you want something useful about them? Oh, then they're 5 points. They have a gun. Because if you want to upgrade them to a rifle, it's 5 points. GW, did you not care when I said I would be the only one to take them? If you want to use anything with the Cultists at all, you need 2 sets of Assault... Boy, am I used to Assault on Black Reach. You need 2 sets of Dark Vengeance if you want to do anything with them. So you can have a squad of 20 with the close combat weapons and a squad of 20 with the guns. Otherwise, they're going to be relatively useless. Units of 10 of them are just going to retreat or just die in one shooting phase. And a unit of mixed of the Dark Vengeance ones, a unit of 20 of those mixed ones, are not going to do any damage. But they will take damage, and they're not going to do much damage anyway, so you can get by on that. Don't field them in squads of 10. Don't. For the love of God, don't field them in squads of 10. They're just going to die or retreat. They're never going to do anything. Anyway, running out of time here, like physical time, not like just YouTube time. I know this is already a 20-minute video, thank God. If anybody's actually watched all of this, I appreciate it. But anyway, so I'm going to just wrap it up. Things I liked about the Codex was the customizations in the troops, the versatile HQ options for their point cost. I don't think that the Warpsmith is going to be that prevalent. I think that the Helldrake is a super crazy anti-flyer and can be crazy anti-space marine with the super flamer thing. I like the demon weapons, but I don't like that there is no generic demon weapon. I like that they do more damage than good sometimes. They're very specific. You can only use them in certain roles. I like the... most of the characters stayed the same. I think the Abaddon got a little bit worse, if I'm not mistaken. I think that he used to be Strength 8 base with a crap ton of attacks. Now he's Strength 8 if he chooses to use the Talon thing. So then, what else? Vehicles shockingly stayed the same. biggest thing about the vehicles to me, Land Raider can finally take a dozer blade. No more of that rolling into difficult terrain and rolling a 1 for your 250-point vehicle that your Rhino just scoots right over. Like, oh, the Rhino, oh, I took a dozer blade. And you're like, it's annoying. I think they could have, rather than modeling a dozer blade on there, they could have said that it was the tread design that was designed to go over obstacles. Like it is, if you look at the actual tread design, it's the World War I tread design for the Mark I tank, which was designed to roll over things. And so I think they could finagle that in there somewhere where it automatically re-rolls difficult and dangerous terrain. You're paying 250 points for a fucking tank anyway. You should get it. Yeah, finally you can take a dozer blade. It's awesome. The Dirgecaster, I really like what the Dirgecaster does now. Now, if the enemy's within, I think it's 6 inches, which is pretty short range, but if you finagle it, within 6 inches of it, they don't get to fire Overwatch. Suck it, Tau players. Suck it. Anyway, so I'm going to end it there on that note. That's right, Tau players. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you watched all 22 minutes of this, kudos.